Come to think of it, life has been pretty good for me. At 50, with two lovely girls off to university, and my wife Jade and I ready to celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary, everything was going well. We owned most of a very nice house in an upscale suburb and drove nearly new cars. My job as a regional sales manager for a national company was in full swing. Jade, who had only returned to work 5 years ago, was also in a good position. She took a job with Greg, a friend of ours, as his assistant, but soon found her place on their advertising team. 3 years later, Greg made us an offer. He wanted to grow the business, but needed capital. He offered us a share in the business, and Jade would take a leadership position on their sales and business development team. To say she took to it like a duck takes to water would be an understatement. 2 years later, she was earning more than me. So what did I have to complain about? Probably because Jade and I were so busy that we hardly saw each other. In many ways, we lived different lives, like ships passing in the night. Don't get me wrong, our marriage was strong, loving, and caring. I just wish I could see her more often. This had to change, and we had no control over it. The world was struck by a virus so powerful that the only option was to lock down entire countries with draconian controls that some likened to martial law. This was a full-blown pandemic, and the actions reflected the danger to humanity. Country and state borders were closed. Schools, churches, universities, public forums were closed. Virtually all non-essential businesses were closed, and employees were ordered to stay home. Those who could work from home were forced to do so, and only those workers assessed as essential were allowed to work. All shops, with the exception of supermarkets and pharmacies, were closed. To support these efforts, police took to the streets in large numbers to enforce the new laws. And so we were locked up, imprisoned in our own home, with no one but ourselves to talk to. For me, this was the chance we had been looking for so long. It was actually a blessing in disguise. Working from home was like a vacation. Jade, unlike me, was worried that the business was so new that they didn't have the same cash reserves as the big players. We set up separate offices so as not to disturb each other. We brightened up the day with some fun banter about who made coffee or lunch, and it was something of a rebirth of our happy marriage. The first couple of weeks, everything was like a honeymoon. We cooked together, shared cleaning and household chores. We slept on weekends and rode bikes. I had been a fanatical cyclist all my life, and now Jade saw this as her only chance to get out of the house. At that time, people were only allowed to go outside if they were engaged in some kind of sport, and at the same time they had to maintain a social distance of at least 2 meters. Cycling seemed like the perfect solution. It has become our daily break from work and an escape from household chores. During this 2-week period, Jade really became interested in this activity and began to look forward to it as much as I did. Taking a break from our normal routine gave us the opportunity to try out activities that we would otherwise miss due to travel and long work hours. As a treat, I took an online massage course, and Jade was the proud recipient of my nightly massages. This in turn led to the most amazing sex of our lives, as if a magic switch had been flipped and we were transported back to our early years together. We made love every day, often twice a day. Oh God, it was incredible. Jade, even at 48 years old, remained very attractive, active, and sexy. She decided to fill the time by taking an online aromatherapy course, which resulted in delivery vans arriving daily and the house smelling wonderful. The combination of aromatherapy and massage gave amazing results. As good as life was, in the 3rd week things started to slow down. It became difficult to maintain that level of excitement and interest. We started to get irritable. The fever set in and we needed a pick-me-up. To try and bring back the magic, I cooked a nice dinner. Jade seemed impressed with my cooking skills, but as soon as she was done, she thanked me for the food and went straight back to work, leaving me sitting alone. The ban was starting to take its toll on their business. I'm no fool, and I knew it. But opportunities like this don't come around often. A chance to start our marriage, and I felt it was slipping away. She spent too much time on the damn computer or phone, chasing clients and customers. I needed to get her away from that damn computer. I took a hot bubble bath, filled the bathroom with scented candles, chose smooth and sugary jazz, and dimmed the lights. When I walked into her office, she was typing away like crazy. She raised her head with a strange expression as I extended my hand to her. She stared back at me. "Mark, what are you doing?" I lifted her from the chair and she stood up reluctantly. "Mark, darling, I need to work." He put his finger to his lips and led her to the bathroom. She moaned the whole way. "Mark, please, honey. I have work. This is important." As soon as she saw the bath and the candles, she smiled widely. "Oh, you sexy monster, this looks incredible, but darling, I have work." "My love, I'm sure your clients will still come tomorrow, so today relax. Enjoy the champagne and massage that magnificent body." I helped her undress and held her hand while she climbed into the jacuzzi. As she leaned back in the bath, I passed her a glass of champagne. She took a deep breath. "Thank you, honey. I can't believe how caring you are." "I'm spoiled," I giggled. "Don't worry, my love. I'll demand a refund later, and maybe I'll get it out of your body." "Oh, God, I hope that's a promise," she whispered. I left her lying there, covered in water, with her head thrown back, eyes closed, listening to music and enjoying the relaxing water. I walked into the break room, and as I passed her office, I heard her phone buzzing. Damn, it would probably distract her if she heard it. I ran inside and was about to turn it off, but when I saw that it was a message from Greg, I decided to open it in case it was important. When I opened the message, I was stunned. There was a message there. "I can't wait to have you in my bed again." Jesus Christ, what the hell, was that a joke? I started scrolling down a stream of messages. "Greg, you're so sexy. It's not fair. I'm so sorry we can't see each other more often." When I scrolled down the page, there were literally hundreds of posts and even a few photos and videos. In one of them, Jade gave him pleasure. A few photos of his assets and a few photos of Jade without any clothes on. Lord, this was a long-standing affair. It was not a joke or a prank, it really happened. As I sat stunned, my heart pounding, Jade called, "Darling, my glass is empty." I brought her another glass, and looking at her beautiful smiling face, I didn't know what to say. She sighed, smiling blissfully. "Thank you, sexy. Don't worry, darling." I returned to her office lost. The pain was so deep. How could she do this after everything we went through, raising children, building a life? 25 years we stood side by side. Depressed and filled with wild anger, I went outside into the cold night air, trying to calm the rising tide. The anger did not subside. I wanted to hurt her. I wanted her to feel my pain, humiliation, burning shame. It was crazy and irrational, but I came up with a plan. I searched her phone, retrieving videos and photos, and forwarded messages to everyone in her contact list. Over 300 contacts would receive a surprise message. Friends, family, clients, all of them. I connected my phone to my laptop and downloaded everything. Curious as to what she was up to, I opened her computer. She also emailed him, so that's what was so important. I found a ton of other emails similar to these. I repeated my previous steps and forwarded them to her contact list again. I took out the flash drive and downloaded everything again. I needed all the evidence I could gather. Then I realized that my marriage was over. I wanted to just leave, but this damn virus locked us together, and it was impossible to get out. We converted the room above the garage into a bedroom for our daughter before she left for uni to give her some privacy. I began to collect all my things and move them there. This will be my refuge until everything is over. I was already on my third attempt when Jade came out wrapped in a towel. When she saw that I was carrying an armful of things, she hissed questioningly, "What the hell are you doing?" "I'm moving into Chanel's room until this damn thing with the virus is over." "Mark, what's going on? You're scaring me. You're acting crazy." "Fuck off, Jade. From now on, our marriage is over. I will file for divorce as soon as I can." I pushed her roughly as she screamed, Mark, talk to me. What's going on?" "It will become obvious. Just leave me alone. I recommend that you find a lawyer as soon as possible." She called out to me as I walked away, leaving her staring at me with her mouth open. I locked myself in and waited for the essence of what was happening to reach her. It didn't take long, and there was a violent knock on the door. Jade was crying and screaming hysterically. "Mark, you fucking evil freak! Oh my God, why didn't you talk to me? Damn it, you ruined everything! Say something!" "Fuck you, Jade." Silence, then crying, mad, agonized sobs. "Mark, forgive me. I didn't mean to hurt you." When I didn't answer, she growled. Oh my God, it was just sex. How she could feel and sound offended by her actions boggles the mind. I hope it was good, because it ended our life together, everything we worked for. Why, Jade? Tell me why. Her sobs began again, drowning out her words as she stammered. "Mark, it was just sex. It doesn't matter, it's just sex. It was wrong, I know, but it was harmless. If you just talk to me, we can get over it." My harmless ass, this went on for months, looking at these messages. "Mark, please open the door so we can talk properly. Let me explain everything. Let's talk about this." "No, Jade, there is no more chance to talk. Now you just need to clean up the mess." "Yeah, you definitely created it," she croaked. "Jesus, Mark, you probably ruined Greg's marriage too." "I didn't do anything. It was you who created this crap, where you cared about his family while you were having fun with him. Don't cry to me about his marriage." "Mark, if you would just talk to me, we could try to make things right. Find a way to overcome this, but now, Jesus knows everything. God knows what the girls will say, or mom and dad for that matter. Damn, I never thought you could be so mean, so angry. Evil. Oh my God, Jade. You started a 6-month affair with our friend and you're telling me that I'm evil. For God's sake, woman, you're ridiculous. Mark, dear, no one needed to know. We could have fixed everything ourselves. It's not the end of the world. Damn it, this is the end for me. Mark, open the door, honey. Please, let me fix this. Leave me alone, Jade. I just want a good night's sleep and clear my head. It took half an hour of knocking on the door for her to realize I wasn't answering. Finally, she returned to the house, leaving me and my anger to simmer. I plugged in my laptop and sorted her messages into a file that I could send to the lawyer. In the morning, I filed for divorce. I didn't have to think about it. I didn't have to fight my conscience. Our marriage was over. While I was collecting all the evidence, my phone was constantly buzzing as I had set it to vibrate mode. I was not ready to meet anyone face to face. I guessed that these were our daughters or parents. I wanted a chance to calm down before talking to them. It was a long night. I tossed and turned, drifting in and out of sleep. I woke up around 9 and wandered into the house to shower and have breakfast. Jade was making coffee when I walked in the back door. She turned and quickly looked at me. "Good morning, Mark. Would you like some?" She looked terrible. Her eyes were bloodshot, red, and droopy. "No thanks. I'll do mine. When you're done, I'm going to take a shower." "As you wish, so be it." I locked myself in the bathroom, showering and trying to strengthen myself for what was to come. When I walked into the kitchen, Jade handed me her phone. I didn't want to take him, but in the end, whoever it is, I will have to meet him today, one way or another. "Hey, Mark, it's Greg. I just want to say that I'm sorry about what happened. It's not Jade's fault. It should be my fault." I interrupted him mid-sentence. "Forget it, Greg. It's over. You and I will meet as soon as this story with the virus is over, and we will end it as men." I hung up without giving him a chance to say anything else. Jade stood and looked at me. "Mark, he was just trying to apologize, ask for forgiveness." "Nonsense. He can stick his apologies where the sun doesn't shine. Next time I talk to him, he better be prepared." I walked past her and noticed that she had made me coffee. I poured it out and made a new one. She looked at me angrily. "I did it for you." "Yes, there was probably rat poison in it. Jade, I don't want to see you or talk to you. I'm going to call my lawyer as soon as I make coffee, and I suggest you do the same." She tried to take my hand and turn me back. "Mark, please, honey. If we could just sit down and talk it through calmly, we could fix everything. We've been through so much. It's just a bump in the road. If you let me explain everything, I'm sure we can work it out." Okay, then Jade tells me. Tell me why? She leaned back against the sink. I don't know, honey. It was probably the big number 50 that was rushing towards me. And lately I've been feeling unattractive. For a woman, this is completely different. All my life men have noticed me. I'm not blind and I know that I'm attractive, but with age the glances have stopped. I started to feel invisible. Young guys stopped noticing me, and I felt old. And Greg flirted with me, flattered me, made me feel desired. One day I told him how I felt, and he kissed me and I let my guard down. But honestly, it was just sex. How shallow are you, Jade? All this because you felt your age. We all get old. You should have talked to me. You should have let me help, let me make you better. Oh yeah, you feel better. Hell, Mark, you look better now than when we were younger. We go out somewhere and I see beautiful young girls staring at you. You look better, and I look old next to you. Oh my gosh, we were supposed to grow old together. That's what life is all about. I wanted to grow old with you, spend the rest of my life with you. Damn it, I love you. Sobbing, she mumbled through her snot. We still can, Mark. I love you. I always have, and that hasn't changed. Shaking my head, I groaned. Call your lawyer, Jade. You'll need all the help you can get. After pouring coffee, I entered the room and plopped down on the small sofa. God, what a terrible mess. All I wanted was to escape, but I was locked up, imprisoned with this crazy bitch. While I was sipping my coffee, I received another call. It was Melissa, Greg's wife. Hi, Mark. She was clearly crying. Sorry, I don't know what to say, but thank you for reporting this. It's okay, Melissa. I needed it for my own peace of mind. What are you going to do? She sighed. I don't know, God. Everything is so confusing. I want to kill him, divorce him, cut off his damn dignity. But it's not so easy for us. Our children are so small. Everything we have is connected to business. We are mortgaged up to our eyebrows. If I leave now, I will return home to my parents, and this will be hell. You have to do what you think is right. What about you? What will you do? She asked. I'll call my lawyer as soon as I hang up and file for divorce. Damn. I'm so sorry, Mark. Is there really no way to make this all work out? No. As far as I understand, it's all over. We talked for a while longer before hanging up. Arthur, my attorney, was shocked when I told him this story. He was involved in every major decision in our lives, especially refinancing and investing in Greg's business. He asked me what I wanted to do, and I told him that I wanted to file for divorce. I offered to send him proof, but he laughed. It doesn't matter. Maybe she's wrong, and adultery is grounds for divorce, but that won't help you. You can't get away from the marital act. She will get half of everything, even if she is wrong. Accepting his news, I mumbled. Just send me the papers and I'll fill them out, but I'm definitely filing for adultery. I want everyone to know. Buddy, the only advice I can give is not to stress, buddy. You're angry now. I'll send the papers, but please think a little. The decisions you make now, you'll have to carry out for the rest of your life. Later, the papers arrived, and I was filling them out. When the phone rang, checked the name, it was my eldest daughter, Katie. Dad, what the hell is going on? I just talked to my mom and she's hysterical. I can't understand a word she said. Is it all true? Letters and messages, are they true or some kind of stupid prank? She didn't believe it at all. It was her mother, her beautiful, caring, loving mother with whom she was so close. I heard the disbelief in her voice. Taking a deep breath, I groaned. Yes, it's true. I only found out about it yesterday, at the same time as everyone else. Damn it, who sent this out? This came from my mom's email. Feeling a little guilty, I mumbled, It doesn't matter who sent it. All that matters is what we found out. And what are you going to do? Of course I'm filing for divorce. What do you think I'm going to do? A sharp breath preceded her frantic scream. Dad, no, please, no. Then there was silence, after which she added, Divorce, damn it, is too much, isn't it? Of course you can try to get over it or something. We're talking about Mom, Dad. It's just a mistake. It's meant to be. You've been together forever and she loves you. You know it. I used to know this. I would have bet my life on it, but now all I can do is try to stop myself from killing her. That's not what you meant, Dad. It's just anger. Calm down and take a breath. Of course, divorce is not the answer. Maybe you can try seeing a psychologist or something else. Sorry, honey, but I've decided everything. I want to leave. She humiliated me enough. The conversation dragged on. She tried to make me change my mind, and we repeated the same words over and over again.